Democratic California Congressman Eric Swalwell has suspended his campaign for California governor, and it comes as Swalwell is facing numerous allegations of sexual misconduct, but the congressman denies any wrongdoing.
These allegations of sexual assault are flat false. They are absolutely false. They did not happen. They have never happened, and I will fight them with everything that I have. I do not suggest to you in any way that I'm perfect or that I'm a saint. I have certainly made mistakes in judgment in my past.
CBS News congressional correspondent Caitlin Huey-Burns is live on Capitol Hill for us today. Hey, Caitlin. So a bill has been introduced to expel Swalwell from Congress. What is the likelihood that bill will actually pass?
Hey, Mugo, it's great to see you. Well, there is a growing chorus of lawmakers, Democrats as well, calling on Swalwell to resign from office, not only just to have left the governor's race where he was a leading contender, but also to get out of Congress. And they are saying if he doesn't do that, they will move to expel him. And there's an interesting scenario playing out here on Capitol Hill this week, because while that push is going on, there's also this bipartisan effort to push forward that expulsion measure along with another measure to expel Tony Gonzalez, a Republican congressman from Texas, who was also allegedly having an affair with a former staffer who later died by suicide. So there has been a push to push them out essentially at the same time. This is a tricky endeavor, Mugo, because it would require 3/4 majority of the Congress to vote to kick these two members out. We've only seen 6 House members expelled from Congress in the history of Congress. So that just goes to show how rare this is. Yeah. The last one you may remember was George Santos just a couple of years ago. So there is a high bar for this kind of thing, but we are seeing a groundswell of support for these measures. And it's really notable, Mugo, because there were 4 women that came forward to allege sexual misconduct allegations against the Congressman Swalwell. One of them was a former staffer who was alleging sexual assault. So these are serious allegations, and the Manhattan DA's office said that they're opening an investigation into Swalwell. So that just shows you the gravity of these claims. He said he's dropping out of the governor's race, and you heard in that statement there, he admitted to have made mistakes, but he's pledging to fight what he calls false allegations. But given the swift pace at which Democrats called on him to leave the race, and many of them calling on him to resign, there is a big push up here for him to do that. So we'll see over the next 24 hours if that becomes the case.
Yeah, that call happened very, very quickly. I think as soon as everyone knew what he was being accused of, he heard from Democrats saying he needed to step down. Caitlin, lawmakers returned this week from a 2-week recess with lots on their plate. Obviously, the Department of Homeland Security still needs funding. So where does that stand right now? What's the latest?
Yeah, absolutely, Mugo. I mean, you may be forgiven if you didn't remember that we are still in the longest DHS shutdown in the agency's history. And there appears no signs of that coming to an end anytime soon. Now, what's likely to happen is, remember, the Senate kicked this over to the House, and the House has to take it up. But what the House members want to see is some action on the Senate side on a separate issue, which is to move forward with a reconciliation bill, a longer-term funding bill that deals with some other things, tackling some of these immigration ideas. So they're waiting for the Senate to kind of get kick-started on that before they potentially move. But this is part of a long to-do list that this Congress has as they're returning to Washington this week after being out for the past 2 weeks.
We'll see what happens. CHV on Capitol Hill for us today. Thank you so much, Caitlin.